Dr. Stone, Chapter 108. Not expecting anything too crazy. Like, I mean, I always look at 108 as, it's an important Buddhist symbol. Some series try to do something special with 108. Famously, Death Note ended at 108. I don't think Dr. Stone's going to do anything for 108, though. Ooh, is that supposed to be the explosion? Or, I guess not the literal explosion, but like a symbolic version of it? Because that's super cool. I mean, it could also literally be the sun, because, like, that's clearly a sun symbol. But, like, based on that, and, the stone cracking everywhere, it feels like it's supposed to be, the explosion, or like a stylized version of it. Z equals 108's double ace in the hole. Okay. So I think this is going to be either, like, Ginro finds that someone else on the ship wasn't turned to stone, like the prisoners or something. So, like, he's the ace in the hole, but there's another ace in the hole. Either that, or it's something where it's like we see a bit of Ginro doing his thing, but then at the same time, like Senku has a different idea. Like, all right, while Ginro's doing that, here's our other plan. We're going to do both these simultaneously, and the one we're doing isn't too dangerous, so we can still have like someone look out to make So if Ginro does get off the ship with the lab, they can do that just immediately. Also, I do think Amaryllis looks super cute here. Like, specifically the headpiece. Like, I haven't really had a problem with the headpiece before, but I do agree with Donut in the sense that it is aesthetically weird. I kind of wish we hadn't gotten this new version though, because like in color, I think it would definitely make it feel less like she has a bald head with, straggly hairs on it, which is what like that's what Donut sees, and I understand why. Like I can see that when he, after he pointed that out. So this feels like a bit of a cop out, just to be like, oh well, here's just something covering up that part, so you don't get to see what it actually looks like in color. But yeah, like she looks good. I can see why the master wants to have her in the harem. Oh my gosh! So we're actually getting to see like the events, like when they got stoned. I honestly didn't expect that, or I expected it to happen after they saved the ship and started unstoning people. Like then you could have Risui directly tell them, like, "Hey, this is my version of events," and there'd be like one little thing that the crew, or that our crew didn't know about. So it's kind of surprising we're doing it right here. It's attached to a rope, so oh, I didn't consider that. Like, my immediate assumption when she did it the first time was, yeah, it probably is that she can retrieve it so no one can, like, steal the technology. But I guess that makes sense. But no, but then how does she activate it then? Like, maybe there's some sort of, like, there's, like, a pin, sort of like a grenade. So, like, she throws it, but it doesn't actually, like, yank it off. And then once it's far away enough that she knows she won't get hit, then she, like, tugs it, and then that causes it to activate. Uh, some sort of grenade. I mean, that's the thing. I don't I mean, the logic works out to an extent, but I think this also would just make sense if it was supposed to be some sort of, like, bludgeoning weapon. I guess the big question then would be, like, why would it be on the rope? Like, would she really expect to hit someone with it and then drag it back up? Like, that seems like a liability, yeah. So, I guess yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so just as we saw before, um, yeah, he panics. Ukyo shoots his arrow, so he did get one shot off. He wasn't shooting at her though. He was shooting at the projectile, which makes sense. Like, assuming if it was just like a normal explosive, then this is stopping it from hitting the ship. And of course, I mean, we knew this was going to happen, but it still feels so passionate. Like to know that in this moment, Ryusui, the greedy man, the man who wants everything, the moment he realized, like, oh, well, I'm a goner, the first thing he thought of wasn't something like, I should jump, into the ocean, or I should try, just make a break for it. His first thought was, can I save Suika? Mad, mad respect. Haha, live Suika, tell Senku and everyone, tell them the ship's under attack. Okay. Huh. That's interesting, though. Like, I guess we didn't get to see what he looked like, actually. I was gonna say, like, wouldn't it be weird that he was smiling, but everyone else was, like, screaming in pain or fear? Then again, actually, it really depends, because, like, I don't know if everyone here would, have the same response. Like, Actually, yeah, Ukyo wasn't like screaming in fear, for instance. We saw he was just shooting the bow. I assume everyone else would be like, they would all be looking up, but like maybe some of them were smiling, maybe some of them weren't. I don't know why most of them would be smiling, but like it wouldn't be that weird. You would just assume, like, oh, what was he thinking in that final moment? Who knows? He's petrified. Okay, so when we did this, like, my assumption was that Ginro was already underwater and he just happened to see, the weird expanding thing. But I guess he wasn't. I guess he was like just in the water. Okay. That weird light swallowed everything up. The ship, the water. But just barely. Just barely. Oh, I was thinking of it as just, it's a parallel to Amaryllis. That she was, just barely not touched and she dove into the water. I thought we were doing that, and we kind of are still. Like, it's a similar visual. Like, obviously, when you're writing manga, when you're drawing something, and it looks kind of like something else, like, that's not unintentional half the time. But that's actually really cool. The idea that Ukyo, it wasn't even like a wasted effort. If it wasn't for Ukyo shooting his arrow, then Ginro would not have survived. He would just be at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, that's rough too. Like just, the fact that this random ICP member just fell over, broke his arm. Like it can be fixed, but there's still that visceral feeling of that's a human being with broken body parts or like a missing ear or whatever. Like that is inherently terrifying. Even if we know that due to Yuzuriha and due to, the power of the Kingdom of Science, they will be fixed. Oh, God. I mean, I'm so used to seeing the Ginro Kinro dynamic in a goofy light. But I mean, they were brothers, and Ginro, I mean, for as scummy as he was, clearly he did like rely a lot on his brother. They had a close connection. God. So okay, barrel. And you can even see him like picking up the bottle. So like we didn't get to see him grab the chicken or whatever he was using, but yeah, like that is intentional. He did want to camp out in there for a little bit. So he got the message. He was able to confirm that yes, Kohaku is there. Oof. Oof. Oh no. That said, like the chapter is called Double Ace in the Hole. So does Ginro not count as either ace in the hole? Like, are there just two other people? I mean, I guess that could just be the captives then. As for stealing off at the lab, we would have been safer if someone else had popped out of the barrel. If this were a gacha game, we'd want an SSR character like Ryusui or Francois or Ukyo. Instead, they got a garbage rare. Attribute Sleaze runs away on the same turn he's placed on the field. God. What does like I do like these are all typesets. Attack, but can take oncoming attacks. So like, something super buff. Draw 5 cards of your choice. Other characters have twice the standard effects. Okay, fair enough. Though honestly, like if it were Francois, like if it were Risui, I'd be pretty excited. Francois, I don't know what she could do. I mean, like she is competent, like she has stamina and stuff, sure. But her specific skill set, like I don't know if that would really help. I mean, Ginro, oof, but still. I guess that's a big thing. Like with Francois, at the very least, you could come up with some sort of cooking plan. Or you could trust, like, okay, she's pretty competent. Maybe she'll get the lab off the ship somehow, and then after that, we can use her cooking powers. Whereas with Ginro, it's like, well, is he going to do it? Also, once he's here, what can he help with? God. These two panels are amazing. But yeah, Ginro tends to step up when he's needed. Can you help me? I love the quick progression of Amaryllis from like, what's wrong? To, oh boy, okay, I'm concerned now. To, oh no, I get it. I get why Ginro is bad. Okay. I mean, because he's such a weird, cocky, like, upper management kind of guy, I didn't expect him to be, competent. I thought he'd be, the guy who comes over and gives a bunch of orders and then, like, goofs up a bunch. But it seems like, he is a legitimate threat. Gah! Boy, oh boy, Dr. Stone knows how to do horror. Or, like, not like ongoing horror, but especially jump scares. Like, singular scary panels. Like, god dang. It's not just creepy, it is actually, like, god. And I think it helps because you're not supposed like, it's not supposed to be a scary series. Like, this isn't supposed to be a scary chapter. But this specific moment, you're like, in this moment, you're supposed to feel, like, you're supposed to feel scared for Ginro. And I feel scared for Ginro, that's for sure. Oh, okay. The greenhouse. Hmm. God, I love how well built everything is. These beasts are the goats spoken of in the Hundred Tales. Oh, that's true. Like, they would know it from the Hundred Tales. Also, they both have the Hundred Tales, but they don't know anything for sure about goats. So fair. Oh, oh my God, it's Suika. I mean, not that this is Suika. Obviously, this is Suika, but I mean, Suika's probably the other, big pinch hitter. Like, she's the competent one. I wasn't thinking about that because I knew Suika was alive, and I kind of thought she was on the island. I didn't realize she was still on the ship. Like, because of that, I mean, she didn't meet up with, the guys, but still. I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah, that's gotta be it then. It's gotta be, Ginro comes in with the, the sneaky surprise help, and Suika is completely unaccounted for, but she's also extremely helpful. Oh, okay. If they were to find that now, they know we snuck onto the islands. Right. Oh, okay. I thought they were saying something like I thought they were implying something like Suika took, was on the island and then she took the boat back. But no, 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 no. It's a much simpler analogy. Suika gets to be useful. I just gotta team up with Ginro to get to the science lab. Suika, super, super rare. But okay, and we're not even ending it here. We're specifically ending it with Ginro, like, sneaking over to Lab 5, showing that, yes, he is a goof, he's not the greatest, but he is trying to stealth his way over. Like, he is trying to pull his weights. I do appreciate that. Like, it is extremely easy to treat Genro as a total goof. Like, even with, this panel over here, like, I was still thinking, like, maybe he's going to just be, like, not just be comedic relief. I figured he would do something. But I thought it would be, a situation where he would goof things up and Suika would not fix them, but, she would, like, balance it out. But because of this, like, because Boichi felt the need, or, either Boichi or Inagaki, I assume Inagaki, because, he does the plot stuff. Like, I'm glad that one of them decided to include Ginro as, like, the final panel here. Also, I really want these trading cards. Like, they look so good. I mean, the stone texture is kind of weird, but even, like, if they did the stone texture the same way that other cards use, like, foil, like, if it looked different and even, like, felt a little different, I think that would be really cool. I don't know if I'd play the game that these are based on, but I definitely would, like, collect one or two just, like, as a novelty. I'd find my favorites. Oh, man. Okay, this was a banger of a Dr. Stone chapter. Like, again, much like The Promised Neverland, actually, a lot of this is stuff we already knew. Like, we knew Suika was there. I guess I didn't. I forgot. I was unsure. But we knew Ginro was there. We knew he survived. We knew basically, what happened here. So, not a whole lot of new stuff, but at the same time, it was just a good chapter. It was solid. So, with that in mind, I will take Dr. Stone and put it, I think,